How's it going? I hope everyone is doing well whenever you tune in, day or night, wherever you are in the world. This is going to be a general reading for Leo, June 1st through June 15th. It is a general reading, so it can cover anything like work, love, friends, family, health, etc. So always take it how it resonates for you if it does. And even if it does resonate or doesn't resonate, and you can always get your birth chart online for free, even if you don't know your birth time, and find out your other placements. For instance, what's your sun, rising, moon, and Venus signs? Venus signs can be looked into for love matters and for personal assets as well. So always keep that in mind. And also, whenever you see this message, it is meant for you since time is fluid and relative. So, for instance, it could resonate 6 months in the past, 6 months in the future, 6 weeks, 6 days. So always, keep that in mind as well. And then the other thing I wanted to say is that if you're not watching the live and you want to pull up a photo of all the cards that I've pulled for you here today to have while you watch or listen or just look at a later time, all you have to do is click in the description box below and follow the instructions because it will be posted at the end of this live on my Facebook page is the first comment there. What else was I going to say? Yeah, if you've already subscribed, thank you so much. And if you want to and you like this video, it is free. It just lets you know when I put out new videos. So if you want to do that, all you have to do is click in the bottom right corner on the bell icon and just make sure that it's active. Okay, so with all that being said, Leo, let's get into your reading. I've pulled all your tarot cards, your confirmation tarot cards, and then at the very end, I have a couple of oracle cards that I've pre-pulled for you as well. So we'll get to that in just a moment. I'm going to do a quick sound bell for some general healing and grounding for the reading. So if you want to, you can take a deep breath in and out whenever, or you can also just listen. Okay, Leo, let's get into your reading. Also, if you're new, welcome. And if you're coming back, welcome back. All right, so we're going to start with your first main 6 cards here. This is energy starting the first row here around June 1st. It can be a little bit before, a little bit after. It's not exact. And then going through that first week and that first weekend of June. And in the second row here is your second week and weekend into June till about June 15th or so, okay, which I believe is a Tuesday. And so is June 1st is a Tuesday. So from Tuesday to Tuesday for about the first 2 weeks. All right, let me just set my timer here and we'll get into it, Leo. So you have the Hermit in the reverse, 9 of Staves or 9 of Wands upright, 6 of Staves or 6 of Wands upright, 8 of Swords upright, the Queen of Cups upright, and Princess of Staves or Princess of Wands upright. So, Leo, always want to say, if you've seen me before, you kind of know the drill. But for others that are new, or just a reminder, if this isn't your energy, Leo, this could be the energy of the person or people you're dealing with, or your general environment or situation. Okay, so always keep that in mind. So to start your reading off here with the Hermit in reverse, there could be something, Leo, where you are denying some type of introspection or some kind of knowledge or inner knowing or intuition that you know deep in your heart within yourself at some deeper level, okay? But it also could just be not wanting to slow down in some way, okay? For some of you as well, with the Hermit in the reverse position. And so, just for reference, when the Hermit is right side up, you see this old man and he's at the edge of the cliff and he's looking for those inner answers that he's going to find, his inner light, and he's taking a break from everybody, whether physically or mentally or both. Okay, so, it starts off in the reverse for you. I feel like it's a little bit of not wanting to slow down and denying those things for whatever reason. And we'll get into that in just a moment here. It also could be for some of you that since the Hermit is is the Virgo card of the tarot deck, that some of you could be dealing with a Virgo or have a lot of Virgo in your chart, or you don't want to deal with the Virgo or Virgo themes, or like just that grounding energy. If the Hermit was on the right side up again, you're denying this grounding energy, this earth energy in some way. Okay. Now, to go forward a little bit here, your second card is the Nine of Staves, or also known as the Nine of Wands upright, okay? And this is kind of, I feel like, why the Hermit is in reverse for you a little bit, because the Nine of Staves is an energy of being exhausted and being on a long journey, and even though you're almost at the end of it, you kind of want to give up, okay? And you see that here with this African boy here, taking a break on his knees down here in the grasslands, or the not desert, I'm sorry, but the field where he is, okay? And so he looks like a young boy, right? So it could be some type of rite of passage for some of you that, rites of passage don't just have to be at a certain age, right? They can be metaphors. We can all have different rites of passage from our culture, also for different ages, okay? But it's really just generally that energy of wanting to give up, even though you're so close at the end of something here. And again, because you are so tired, Leo, or the person you're dealing with, the general environment, is so tired and wanting to give up, that could be why you don't have the energy really to, let me turn that down. You don't really have the energy during this first week of June here to go within and find your own answers or ground yourself in some way, because you're just really exhausted with something, okay? Now, this doesn't last forever, so also keep that in mind, because you've got some really positive cards here coming up. But this is actually where my spirit guides want me to talk about what was on the top and the bottom of your Llewellyn deck when we first talk about your first two cards, okay? So the Llewellyn deck is going to be your confirmation cards that we do towards the end, but it's the one with the yellow border here. So what was on the bottom was the Ace of Cups in reverse. And what was on the top, what was on the top was the Ace of Cups in reverse. I'm so sorry. And what was on the bottom was the Ten of Wands in the right side up position. Okay, so anytime you talk about the top and the bottom of the deck, this is energy from the recent past that could be still lingering around, and why certain cards have come up so far in your reading. So remember, you had a 9, and then here you have a 10, right? And so 10 is a completion card, okay? The ending of something, the beginning of something new. So, we'll get into more of that a little bit later. But with this Ace of Cups too in the reverse position, you could have been in the recent past, again, Leo, denying some kind of gift from the universe, some kind of abundance that maybe wanted to come in for you. I'm so sorry, hold on. Hermit, Leo. No. Go sit down. Stop it. Sorry. Chasing the cat. Like story old as time. Dogs chase cats sometimes. Anyway, so with this Ace of Cups in the reverse position, this could be, you are denying some type of abundance or some gifts from the universe that wanted to come in for you in the recent past. And that could be because you possibly felt like you didn't deserve them. For some of you, again, it is a general reading, so always take what resonates and leave out what doesn't. But here with this Ace of Cups in the right side up position, normally when you see this card, Okay, you see these lotus flowers at the bottom. Okay, so that's a symbol or metaphor for like resiliency, hard work, and being able to bloom even in difficult situations or circumstances or environment, right? Since the lotus flower is growing in the water, not in the land. Okay, so it could be for some of you with this energy that because you were in a difficult environment or situation, you felt like now wasn't the right time to receive some type of abundance, or you just were feeling a lot of stagnant energy and you weren't feeling abundant in some way. And it could have something to do with possibly maybe not wanting, maybe only part of you subconsciously maybe didn't want to be at the end of this journey, okay, or in the beginning of something new because you were possibly scared about what that would mean for you, okay. But you see this man here with his white hair and he's carrying all these 10 wands on his back, and he's almost at the top of the stairs. He's almost home, and there's like this castle or home in the background, okay. So it's really interesting when these two cards, you know, are paired with the Hermit in the reverse, your first card. So sorry, excuse me. Hold on. And the 10 of Wands upright paired with the 9 of Staves or 9 of Wands upright. Okay, because you can kind of see here that this is like, right, 9 and 10. Okay, so you're almost there. Don't give up. I know you're exhausted, right? But some of you could be denying this inner light, this intuition, this knowledge, this grounding energy, this abundance, because maybe you're fearful of what comes after. Okay. But again, always, you know, take it how it resonates here. But going forward, you know, like I said, there's some really positive cards here for you, Leo, because then your third card, right after the 9 of Staves, is the 6 of Staves or the 6 of Wands in other decks, okay? So this is all about a celebration kind of energy. It's about a lot of support, okay? So all these people have come out to watch this guy on the chariot, pulled by not just one, but 2 horses. So horses also represent forward momentum. Okay, so it seems like maybe towards the end of the first week of June here, Leo, you will start to get some of your energy back here, and you're going to finish this journey or phase or cycle, whatever it is. And it looks like it will be very positive for you, because at the end of it, you will feel a lot more support and maybe even some celebratory energy or reasons to celebrate, and other people want to celebrate with you. Okay. Now, going forward, your fourth card here, Leo, is the 8 of Swords in the upright position. So this is saying that even though, you know, you're going to have this kind of brief celebration of celebratory energy or feeling more support with the 6 of Staves coming in the right side up that we just talked about, there is some still lingering or coming back or some kind of new mental confusion, overthinking, anxiety, worry, depression, exhaustion in some way. Okay, because the swords are going down, right? So when they're going down, that's kind of what it represents. Also, with the water in the background, there could be a lot of emotions for you at this time, and that could be clouding your mental judgment in some way. Okay. But again, this doesn't last long, because then your next card, your fifth card here, is the Queen of Cups in the upright position. Cups represent, okay, emotional fulfillment, dealing with emotions in a positive way when the cup is upright. So this could be saying, you know, right after that, even in the second week, you're going to gain some type of emotional balance, calming of the emotions, okay? Again, support with her sitting on the throne behind her. Okay, people may look up to you, come to you for answers, or you have a higher position of authority in some way, since she is a queen. Okay, and this could also have something to do with some type of like spiritual or religious matters too, that are kind of helping you ground yourself more with the emotions. Okay, because you can see in the background there's this like stained glass window with the cup in the background. Okay. Now, before we get to your sixth card, this is where my spirit guides wanted me to tell you what was on the top and the bottom of your other deck here, which is the ancestral path tarot deck, which is the main six here, okay? So what was on the top was the Six of Sacred Circles upright, or Six of Pentacles upright, and what was on the bottom was the Four of Swords upright. So again, this is energy from the recent past that could still be lingering around, okay? So with the Six of Pentacles, or Six of Sacred Circles in this Native American card, okay, this talks about wanting things to be more balanced, your interaction with other people, an equal give and take, but also some type of charity, right? So sometimes when you see this card in other decks, it would be a woman holding four pentacles and then she's giving away two to some poor kids on the street or whatever it may be, okay? But it doesn't have to be money, right? You can give back your time, you can give back your knowledge in some way, your energy, or just your companionship, with others, okay? And this could be something that you really felt like was at the core of your being or your personality or how you dealt with people in the past. And it could have been that people took advantage of this, okay? That's how I really feel for some of you, but always take it, how it resonates for you, because then you had the Four of Swords upright, which is the mental confusion, again, anxiety, overthinking, burning yourself out, exhaustion, depression, that kind of thing. And when it's coupled with this, it really feels like maybe either you didn't set your boundaries correctly or people were taking advantage of you, something like that, okay? But again, this is energy from the recent past. And when you put it together with the last two cards in your main six, you can kind of see here. Hold on, let me get these all together so you can kind of see. Okay, so this is the past on the top, and this is the present. We're at the second week of June here. So it looks like you will let this anxiety, overthinking, depression, exhaustion go, okay, because you will get your emotions more in control and maybe set those boundaries at a tighter place for yourself and how you deal with others and not let others take advantage of you, right? Because she's a queen too. She's not going to let anybody take advantage of her. And even if she does, somebody else is going to step in and be like, you can't talk to the queen like that. You know what I mean? So I really feel like, just keep those things in mind when you get towards your second week here in June. Now, your last six card here is the Princess of Staves in the right side up position, or Princess of Wands. Okay, so you see this Egyptian, beautiful African princess here, and she's got her dog, right, and her crown and her scepter, and then there's like this statue of a lion kind of in the background, or to the other side of her, and the pyramids in the background. And so the dog represents loyalty, okay? So you could be going through some changes, right? You could be almost, again, like, when I see princesses, okay, because you don't see a lot of, in certain decks, they don't have princesses. They'll have a knight instead of a prince, but usually they don't have like the equivalent of princesses. I can't think of at the top of my head. But anyway, it's like, okay, she's not a queen yet, but she's on her way, right? So it kind of goes back to a little bit of that rite of passage I was talking about, or being in the middle stage of something. So let's say you're not at an entry level position. You're like one step higher after that, but you're not a manager or CEO yet, if you get what I'm trying to say. But it's similar energy to the second card you had, the Nine of Staves upright, where it talks about some type of rite of passage, okay, because these are both kind of younger people, and they're both the Wands card, the Egyptian African cards here, okay? But I really feel like, again, you're going to have a lot of loyalty around you with this dog here. So, and I also feel like that, your previous card before this was the Queen of Cups upright, okay? And so you were getting your emotions more in control, and this led to even more abundant energy with the Princess of Wands here, okay? So she's abundant. She has this kind of quiet, silent confidence. She's slowly moving forward in life. She's slowly moving ahead in life. and she has a lot of people around her that she can trust in her inner circle with the dog there. And also the lion represents the courage that she needs to keep going. So that could be a message for some of you guys during this time. All right. So with that being said and the bell beeping, let's get into your confirmation cards here, Leo. So your first one is the Emperor in the right side up position, Knight of Cups upright, and Three of Wands upright. All right. So the Emperor energy is, again, energy from the recent past, okay? But this is a very kind of, it's like this emperor or king, right? He's kind of he's not as defensive as he used to be when he was younger. He's got his shield beside him, but he doesn't feel like he always needs to protect himself constantly. He's picking and choosing his battles, okay? He's very passionate and fiery. It could be for some of you in the recent past, you could have been dealing with an Aries, since the Emperor is the Aries card, or you had a lot of Aries in your chart, or you do, or the person you were dealing with from the recent past did, but it doesn't have to be, just putting it out there. But yeah, so the only thing I would say with the Emperor and sometimes with some of the older kings is they can get a little set in their ways where they don't want to do things differently, or hear different points of view. You can kind of see a little bit from his posture that he's kind of like slouching, okay? So just, it would say in the recent past, you could have been a little bit too comfortable with something. And when this is confirming the Hermit in the reverse and the Four of Swords upright, this could be saying that the reason why part of you didn't want to go inward was not only because you were exhausted on the journey so far and wanting to give up and you couldn't ground yourself, but also because you were like too lazy to go inward, to find your own answers in some way, or to acknowledge what you already knew inside in some way, okay? Or it could have something to do, since it is a general reading, with your defenses, like your defenses were put down too far. Again, going back to that boundaries thing I was talking about earlier, where your boundaries were too low, your defenses were too low, and somebody could have taken advantage of you in some way, and this made you have a harder time of getting into that energy of the Hermit, that grounding energy, and going within in some way. Okay. Now with the Four of Swords upright, talking about a little bit of, mental confusion, anxiety, overthinking, something bothering you there, your mental just being off and not balanced with your physical and your spiritual. Okay. And that could be because with the Emperor here, again, just like possibly some lazy part on your side. It doesn't have to be for everybody, or just being too comfortable and not wanting to look at your things that you need to work on, because maybe you're like, this is the way I've always thought, so why am I going to change that? Okay. But for some of you, it could have something more to do with your defenses and your boundaries as well. Okay. And then going forward, you have the King of Cups in the right side up position. So this talks about for momentum, talks about courage, prosperity, growth. Okay, he's got his cup upright. This could be an offer, communication that you were going to give, or somebody was going to give to you, or just a medium-sized opportunity from the universe. Okay, but it also has this really peaceful energy to it. Okay, because they know that they're in control and they're moving forward. And when this is confirming the Nine of Staves upright, or the Nine of Wands upright, and the Queen of Cups upright, this could be saying that if this communication, since this could be energy from the recent past, are still lingering around right in this reading, that this communication possibly was overwhelming to you, because it said that there still needed to be growth in some way, okay? And maybe you just really wanted to rest, okay? But again, you have to take it how it resonates, or that this, if it's not a communication from yourself or from another person, but a medium-sized opportunity from the universe. It could have been an opportunity where you had to do a lot of work and your energy reserves were still kind of low from the last type of work you were doing, or relationship or project or whatever it is. So you were still kind of like thinking about it. But the more that you got your emotions in check and in control, which we know that you do more towards the second week, that you can see this is the Knight, okay? And this is the Queen of Cups. So again, the emotions are in a good balanced place. And so then you'll be able to move forward even faster and have more growth and peace in your life. So that's beautiful. And then your last confirmation card is the Three of Wands on the right side of position. So this is an observation card. It's not really an action card here. And you can see this guy is standing at the edge of the cliff and he's watching these ships go out to sea, right? So it's kind of him observing how other people go about their lives and how they do things. And it could be he's trying to get insight to maybe he's in a similar situation or a similar boat, as they say, right? The saying. But there's also this, it's like an edge of some kind of abundant celebration as well, because you have all these flowers, you have the little growth spurts on top of the wands, and you have, his fancy cloak and his kind of ribbon blowing in the wind here. So it could be saying that very soon there could be a celebration for you as well. Okay. And it's kind of like when it's confirming the Six of Staves upright or Six of Wands upright and the Princess of Staves or Princess of Wands upright, it's kind of, yeah, it's saying there's definitely going to be some type of celebration or celebratory energy or more support around you. Okay, because we were just saying that. And remember, this card is people coming out to watch this celebration. This man on this chariot race forward with the two horses. So that's really beautiful. And that could be more towards the beginning of, more towards the end of the second week of June. But it's like part of the celebration, a part of more support even starts coming in the first week, right? Because this is your third card. But it seems like it'll be multiplied even more towards, the end of the second week or maybe even the third week. But we're not talking about the third week yet. So that'll be the next reading. But really nice energy here, Leo. And also with this Princess of Staves too, can, the Three of Wands upright is confirming her, right? So she's still learning, right? She's open to learning. Okay. So he's open to learning how other people go about similar situations and how they go about their boat, their life in their boat, whatever you want to call it. Okay. And she's open to that too, because she's not a queen yet. She's not set in her ways necessarily. And so she's open. So it could be saying for some of you, the more open that you are to keep learning, new things and looking at things from a different perspective, this will bring you even more growth and celebration and abundance. Okay. So with all that being said, Leo, let's grab your confirmation cards here real quick. And I'm going to take a sip of coffee, so sorry. Okay. So your first confirmation card is the cardinal bird, so pretty. And it says the polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance. So do whatever is necessary to bring them back into equilibrium. Okay. And this kind of, I feel like, definitely goes with the energy of the Hermit in the reverse. And what else? Well, that's the only one right now I can think of. And maybe the Ace of Cups in reverse too, from your distant past or recent past. Okay. So, once you start to balance your spiritual, mental, and physical, okay, then things will start to be easier, right? That's true for everybody and always a good message. Okay. And And your second oracle card is your love message card. Even if you're not watching for romantic reasons, it's also different kinds of love, right? Love with friends and family or platonic love. But anyway, your message is love yourself first, right? Self love too. It says, your self respect makes you more romantically attractive. All right. And also, if you're trying to get new work, right, the more that you love and respect yourself, other people will love and respect you. Okay. Take it however it applies for you. All right. But really nice message. Very timely, too. Or timeless, I mean, or timely, timeless, both maybe. I don't know. Anyway, and then your third oracle message is the great servicing, and it says Mars energy, anger, conflict, and then softening to love. Okay, so this card, since it talks about Mars energy, and you did have the Emperor, because Aries is the Emperor card, and they're ruled by Mars. It kind of goes together with this. And remember, this is energy from your recent past. So, talking about letting go of some anger and conflict, or using that more as a motivator to get to a place of more peace and love in your life. And we talked about that too, with this Knight of Cups energy with the blue sky. That's the peaceful energy, right? So that could be a message for some of you guys at this time. And you can always look up any of these oracle cards or even the tarot card meanings to find more insight too, but especially this one, because this is the Rebecca Campbell deck, and she always has like a 2 or 3 pages on each card. Sometimes there's like a meditation or questions you can ask yourself, and so you can always check that out online too. But yeah, this is your message at this time, Leo. So that is it. So thank you guys so much for any form of support. I really appreciate it, for liking this video. If it resonates for you, if you like it in any way, it really helps my channel. I appreciate it. For your shares, for your subscriptions, and for being here and just viewing. I really appreciate that so much. And again, if you want to see a picture of all the cards, I will be posting it shortly on my Facebook page. So you can just click in the description box below and follow the instructions there if you want to see it. But yeah, other than that, I'm going to be doing the rest of the signs in kind of a different order this time, just to switch it up. So I'm actually going to be doing Libra next. So, I started with Gemini because it's Gemini season, and I started to go in order. And then I was like, oh, wait, normally I start with whatever birthday sign it is, and then I go backwards. But I had already started to go forwards. So now I'm going to kind of switch it up and just go a little bit of a different type of order after this. So if you want to join me for some other videos, I will be coming back with some more this evening. But anyway, I hope you guys take care and stay well, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye.